Okay, Meg, thank you. Well, keeping calm in a time of crisis. For the very first time, WJZ is sitting down with some of the emergency dispatchers who handled the hundreds of calls during last week's devastating flooding in Ellicott City. The storm left behind a trail of destruction that is still being cleaned up. WJZ is live in Ellicott City tonight. George Solis shares the dispatcher's story. George.
Well, Mary, just a quick update before we begin. It actually appears that there are crews working as we speak along Main Street right now doing some of that repair work. Now, as for the dispatchers, they really are some of the behind-the-scene heroes. Howard County officials say in all, the group answered about 1,100 emergency calls. That's twice the volume of a normal day.
The water's getting higher and higher on her.
We're on the second and third floor, which is my home.
Okay. Is your home flooding?
This just one of the frightening phone calls made in Ellicott City last week.
How much water is in the building now?
It's going halfway up the inside of the building. She's screaming at the top of her lungs.
As historic Main Street was slammed with furious flooding for the second time in less than 2 years last week, hundreds began calling 911 for help. And it's in this very room that all afternoon and well into the evening that a team of dispatchers worked to handle the unfolding chaos.
That's probably the worst shift I've ever worked.
Lisa Walker taking this bone-chilling call.
Just try to stay as high as you can until we get there, okay? We're coming as fast as we can, all right?
Okay. Well, are we going to die?
Honey, I'm going to do my best so that does not happen, okay?
Her colleague Chip Cox also worked through 2016's flooding. Both challenging, but this recent storm presented new obstacles like a fire and flooding in other parts of the county.
Basic instinct is to help everyone, and at this level you kind of got to categorize, you know, and put a hierarchy that we're not used to doing.
The devastating deluge was traumatic for many. It claimed the life of a Maryland Army National Guard member. Lisa Walker recalls taking a call of someone who tried to likely get him help.
Hurt my heart. I was hoping that, I was hoping for a miracle.
Cleanup and recovery along Main Street has continued around the clock. Some dispatchers have even seen the damage up close. Chip Cox is choosing not to go this time around.
People's businesses and their livelihood just destroyed again is just something I just didn't want to see again.
And who could blame him, really? But one thing is certain is that he and the rest of those dispatchers will be available for those emergency calls when needed. Live in Ellicott City tonight, George Solis reporting for WJZ.
It is so good to know, George. Thank you. Howard County officials say crews spent the day working on roads and worked to repair broken sewer lines and restore utility connections.